Well, hello there and welcome to this new video on Wuthering Waves. On today's program we're experiencing the newest main quest of Wuthering Waves, aka Chapter 1 Story Act 7, which is quite a long one, but a good one. Right now I'm recording this introduction after my live stream on twitch.tv/happyl_productions, so if you want to come say hi and hang out there, you're more than welcome to do so. Anyway, I hope you enjoy Wuthering Waves just as much as I do, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's start with the quest. Jinzhou Rising, Huanglong 1, Act 7, A New Companion. Head to Panhua's restaurant and talk to your friends. After the Battle of Northfall Baron, everything came to an end. Your friends are calling you for a meetup with snacks at Panhua's restaurant. It seems they like to know more about that little one from within your body. Hello, Qi Xian Yang Yang. Talk to your friends.
Over here! Been waiting for ya. I thought Yang Yang said you had a super cool little buddy to show us. Where is it?
Well, it's in my hand.
I don't know.
Wait, it actually shows up on command.
Did it just pop out of your tacit mark?
Yes, it did.
Smells good. So, is this how it first showed up when you guys were in the Northfall Barrens?
Well, it didn't show up for food.
Back then, as I fought off those tacit discords, a burst of energy erupted from that statue. Two forces clashed and collided, and later, one of them emerged victorious, vanquishing the other in a violent clash.
You're making it sound way more epic than it actually was. Basically, the plushie we just saw popped out of my hand and ate the Dreamless. That's basically what happened. So perhaps I'm wrong, it did show up for food, except the other time the food was a tacit discord. Oh well.
General GN and Rover later told me it was this little thing coming out of Rover's body. It was blocking or even consuming the overflow of Threnodian power. It reminded me of how Rover once absorbed frequency energy with his body in a similar fashion. So we took him to the academy for a checkup with VII. Apparently, this little one is what we had detected before. It's a speculated space or organism hidden inside your body. Now we finally know.
Well, we don't know much, we just know what it looks like.
It shares similar frequencies with tacit discord's reverberations. It resembles an echo processed by the databank, stored inside your body instead of a terminal.
Does that mean my body is a terminal with a databank within it? That's a strange thought. Although to be fair, we don't even know what we are. We don't know if we are a human or otherwise.
In other words, it's your own echo, captured or absorbed at some point. Without you, it can't manifest.
Interesting.
That's why VII couldn't confirm just how you absorbed that echo back then. Was it you? Was it the little one? Or maybe the two of you together? And VII discovered more after analyzing your spectrums. She found a new power source within you, similar to the Crownless, but even stronger. This power comes from the tacit discord you defeated in Northfall Barrens.
So now on top of having the little one, I also have the Dreamless within me, because the little one absorbed the Dreamless and the little one is already inside me. If I am summarizing things correctly, that should be it.
So, the excess energy this little thing had consumed somehow ended up in your body, available at your disposal. In other words, there's a deeper connection between the two of you. Or, according to VII, it's a convergent codependency.
Convergent codependency? What does that mean?
To put it simply, you are connected.
Yeah, that much I
While you are
gathered.
two separate individuals, your energies and vitals can affect each other, for better or for worse. You may even feel each other's emotions.
Are you telling me this is my soulmate or something like that? That's not a good news for me.
The bond between you and this creature is symbiotic. As it strengthens, so do you. However, if one is harmed, the other suffers.
I see.
Fortunately, since it can't ever leave your side, it's not an easy target for attackers. And if they do strike, it can seek shelter inside your body for safety.
Well, if I am indeed human, my body is not a shield. My body is quite squishy and I can die very easily. So I'm not entirely sure how much protection I can offer the little one. Hopefully we'll come up with a name soon instead of just calling it the little one. But yeah, I guess it can seek shelter within me, which is a very strange sentence. I think I understand.
Okay, now that's pretty much it. Baizhi was going to explain it to you herself, but she has to go check on a newly appeared sonorosphere in Zhaozhou.
A sonorosphere.
Wait. This is too much information for me to process. Let me get this straight. So, it helped Rover fight off the Threnodian? Seriously? This teeny tiny thing could do that? Seems unlikely.
Yeah, okay, I have to admit, the interactions between Xixia and the little one is pretty fun.
Don't look down on me.
Hello, little one.
You'll regret it when you learn what I'm capable of.
And, well, so far we know that you can eat Threnodian power.
That poker-faced researcher was absolutely shocked when she examined me. Said I'm not just any echo. I'm a super-duper cool one. Rarest of them all.
Are you a 5-star echo then? That doesn't sound like the Baizhi I know.
Yeah, no way Baizhi talks like that. She's more of a data dump kind of person. Super duper cool? Nah, too extra for her.
I have to agree.
Seems like you're trying to boost your ego a bit.
How that face.
Oh, actually, while those aren't Baizhi's exact words, that is what she meant. She mentioned highly intelligent echoes that can act on their own in other countries, said they are involved in every aspect of human life with unique abilities beyond our imagination. Those echoes are rare, though. Neither I nor Baizhi, an eco-acoustics expert, have ever seen one in person. But this little thing here, it could be one of those foreign echoes.
Yeah, makes sense. Now we just gotta figure out where it came from. Who knows? We may find other cool echoes in that place.
Are you seriously buying all of this already?
Well, both General Jian and Baizhi have confirmed it. No way they're lying. I'll admit the thought of someone else having an echo inside them sounds pretty crazy to me. But with you, anything's possible.
Yeah, fair enough. Can we ask it for a name?
You can absorb reverberations with just your hands, like the legend says. So maybe one day you just stumbled upon this little thing and soaked it up like a sponge. Sounds feasible, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, do you know where exactly he absorbed you? Huh? How am I supposed to know? Why don't you just ask him?
I may or may not have some issues with my memory. Well, you have it. Because they know I don't remember.
Yeah, it happened before he lost all memories, so we have to ask you.
Could you be a bit useful, little one?
But even if echoes can have memories, they probably wouldn't remember things earlier than their first manifestation. I wonder if that's the case with this little one, too.
Aha! Finally! Someone with common sense.
Oh, so you remember nothing prior to you appearing to eat the Dreamless, basically.
That green-haired, serious guy asked me a similar question. Sorry to disappoint, but I really don't remember anything before I showed up. Maybe. Maybe I was just sleeping inside him this whole time. So of course I don't remember.
The part where he's sleeping inside me is very strange to hear, but okay.
Sleeping? Seriously? It's been so long. All those happenings, all that fighting, and you didn't hear anything? Wow, your sleeping quality is really something.
Can it actually hear anything when he's inside me? I mean, that's also a question that we would have to ask. Oh, please no. There are things I don't want it to hear.
So you've got privacy to be respected.
Yes, please.
Don't worry. Your body's sound insulation is amazing. I can dive into it, and everything goes quiet.
My body's sound insulation, so basically he's treating my body like it's a home, a house. Basically, that's what he just said.
The only problem is, I never know when I'll wake up again. And when I do wake up, I get tired and hungry fast. So I have to crawl back in for more rest.
That's kind of a hard life, I guess.
I know. It's all because I'm not eating enough.
Well, let's get something for you to eat then.
That's why you kept disappearing. You went back to sleep from lack of energy. Makes sense. Regular echoes need to be powered by the terminal too.
Oh, I see. But now that it ate the Dreamless, it is satiated, I guess, somewhat. At least for the time being.
I thought you'd be really different from the usual ones we see. Turns out you share a lot in common. So you probably don't know your denomination or a nickname. No wonder everyone's been calling you the Little One.
Ah, shit. I was hoping that they would give it a name.
Denomination? What's that?
It just means name. Name. That's it.
The universally agreed terms for special echoes, like names for humans. They're named based on their characteristics, abilities, and places of origin.
My denomination. It's... I don't know. Do I not have a name at all?
Apparently not, but I guess we can give you one.
What? No way! No way! That's not fair! If all the special echoes have names, how can I not have one? I don't want to be called the Little One all the time. It doesn't sound cool at all.
Fair enough, it doesn't. Well, it's not cool, but it is cute.
How about this? You help me come up with a name, and I will let you have some of the food. Oh.
Where is the food, dude?
There's nothing left.
Did you eat it already? Because we certainly didn't.
Next time, I'll definitely save some for you. Just give me a name. Please?
Well, we are going to give you a name. I mean, it will be easier to refer to you if you have a name.
A name? Now? Yes, I want it now. Look, your name's Chisha, your name's Yang Yang, and your name is...
Seriously, you don't even know my name? I guess technically speaking my name is Rover, but what is written is Happy Owl. I am Happy Owl.
Heh, that sounds interesting. Wait, didn't you forget everything? How do you still remember?
That's an excellent question. I just came up with it. It's my new name from now on.
With your old name and memories all gone, it's a good idea to go with a new one. It makes everything more convenient and represents a fresh start.
Well, that's one way of putting it, but personally, I think that it's just because I didn't have a choice. I do need a name, so I did have to come up with something.
Yeah, exactly like she said. Every one of you has a name, and I want one for myself, too. I'm really not asking much.
Well, no, you're not asking much, indeed.
I just want a name that sounds a little cool, a little special, and epic, and super smoking.
Well, now you're asking for a bit much. That's a long list of descriptors.
Names are a big deal, you know. Like once you have one, it's stuck with you for life. Gotta make sure it's a good one.
Well, actually, no, you can change your name, legally speaking, so...
Can't have people not scared of me when they hear it. No time for regrets here. That's true. Let's see. You want a cool one. What about Echo the Invincible? What do you say?
Oh god, I'm sorry, Chisia, I have to say it, even though you're adorable. That is the lamest name I've ever heard.
Nah, nuh-uh, absolutely no. That's too straightforward. It's no better than calling me the little one.
Yeah, we should have something more personal, I think.
Hey, it makes every difference in the world. I am Echo the Invincible. That's what a hero play character would say as their transformation call. Or maybe, since you can fly, and you got those long ears, why don't you call yourself, Righteous Raptor, or Valor Hawk, or Flying Fury?
Righteous Raptor? Because it can fly. A raptor cannot fly. What the fuck? That doesn't make a lick of sense. Raptors couldn't fly. They were landlocked creatures, if you want to call them that, but they were great at running, if you believe Jurassic Park and other movies like that, but they were certainly not known for flying. A hawk now, it might be, and then the Flying Fury, well, you have flying in the name, so why not? But the Righteous Raptor, not the best one you could come up with.
No, absolutely no. Why do they all sound so cringy?
I have to admit I agree with the little one.
Why? I love it when people call me the Chinjo Speedster. Doesn't that sound awesome?
Well, it mostly reminds me of The Flash, so yeah, I guess it is kind of cool.
Huh? Sure, if you say so. Anyway, they all sound like anything but my name. Absolutely no.
Do we get to choose something? Absolutely no. This, absolutely no. That. What do you want? Let's make it simple. Why don't you just call yourself Abby?
Aha! I knew Rover would come up with a good... Wait, why does it sound so random?
I think it's because it is random.
You didn't just pick two random syllables, did you?
I guess we even picked the very first syllables. I mean, it's basically A and B. Abby means joy. It's what you bring to us. Even I am not convinced.
So, is it because I've been saying absolutely no a lot?
I have no idea how to respond to that. No, it's disappointed. Why? Isn't that a nice name?
Why is it suddenly so quiet? Is it not happy with the name? Why, though? Can't think of anything better that's catchy, impactful, and clever all at once.
Yeah, fair enough. Abby is a nice name. It reminds me of the character from NCIS. It was a good character. Loved her.
Abby... Abraxas?
Oh, okay, you can go with that as well.
What's wrong? What are you muttering about? What? Sounds like you're reading a spell.
Yeah, the first thought I had was abracadabra, but, well, you can't exactly call it that.
I don't know, but I just have this feeling that this is what my name should be. Okay, ready? Abby. I like the sound of that. That's
Wait.
my name.
You actually do? Okay. For a second there, I thought it didn't like it. Yeah, there you go. I thought you didn't like it.
Of course I like it. You came up with it for me. I was just trying to get used to it, that's all. Besides, I feel attached to this name now.
Well, as long as you like it.
My name is Abby. You will not call me the little one again. Sure, we won't. Got it. Well, that didn't work out. I was hoping we could get some answers from from Abby. But now we're back at square one. I really thought we could figure out where Abby came from. It might not lead us to other special echoes, but it's at least a starting point to uncover Rover's past. Then we'll have something to do before asking Madam Magistrate and our Sentinel about it again.
Maybe we can start with Abby's special abilities instead. Each special echo has a unique ability. We can compare what Abby does with our records of other echoes to see where they came from. Besides, it was Abby's power that helped Rover defeat the Threnodian, I suppose.
Likely so, yes.
Why do you sound so unsure? Didn't you see it all with your own eyes?
I'd be more sure if I can see it again.
Abby, can you show us again? I'm super curious how you did that. Who knows? We might learn something.
Well, since you asked, I'll show you how it's done. But this place is too crowded. Let's move to that open spot over there. All right, all eyes on me.
So, basically nothing happened, right? Well, she did glow.
What's going on? I'll try again, just you see.
What? Did something happen?
I'm gonna go with no.
Just a little slip, that's all. I can do it. You gotta trust me. Back then, I just stood in front of him, and that big bad Threnodian monster thing just left.
It didn't leave, I think you absorbed it.
So, you didn't really do anything?
Perhaps she didn't do it on purpose.
Huh? No, I definitely did something. Like I said, I was asleep, and then all of a sudden, I smelled something really yummy, coming closer and closer. It was like nothing I ever smelled before.
So she really does see other Threnodians and echoes and things like that as food.
I didn't have time to think. I just had to show up and reach out for it.
So, maybe Abby's power activates automatically under certain circumstances. Perhaps Abby can't control it yet.
Yeah, that is my hypothesis.
Yeah, it looks that way. You can't even hold your shape for very long yet.
Hey! Stop looking down on me. Like I said, it was just a little slip. Really. Think about it. I just stood there and did nothing and ended up beating a Threnodian. Imagine what I could do if I actually tried.
That is actually true.
Hey, Rover, get behind me next time we run into anything, okay? I'll keep you safe. Promise.
I am not entirely convinced, but yeah, sure, we'll try it your way.
You're so real for that, Abby.
You bet. I said I'm super strong. I'll protect him.
Do you actually know that you're super strong, or are you just talking out of your ass?
That's very reassuring to hear, but it seems we're stuck again. I can't think of anything else to check out.
Well, the only idea I have is to ask Joey, because we know that Joey is some kind of special being, it is intelligent, it is able to talk, so we could ask it questions, except unfortunately it is not really there anymore, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Scar and his people, the Praxidus, captured Joey. Well, I guess We can just take our time. There is no hurry.
Knew it. Nothing about Rover's ever gonna be easy to figure out. Maybe we should bring Baija, Mr. Shangli, Yao, and all the researchers in Jinzhou? No, in the entire Huanglong together? They'll do a nice and thorough examination on Abby, and then...
Yeah,
Absolutely no!
I had a feeling she would say that.
I said no! Told that poker-faced researcher already.
Understandable.
I'll make it clear. I am to stay with Rover.
Wait, if you say that, they might want to experiment on me as well.
I agree. Abby cannot leave Rover's side, but we can't just trap him here for research.
Ah, thank you. So Yang Yang actually thought of that.
Where did you absorb Abby? What are Abby's powers, and what exactly happened between you two? There are so many questions we can't figure out yet. Our Sentinel Joy can look into the future. Nothing ever deviates from its predictions. It has already sort of guided you to the Norfolk Barrens through Madam Magistrate's messages, right?
Yes, indeed.
Now that the Threnodian crisis is over, perhaps you can consult our Magistrate and our Sentinel again. I'm sure they can offer you some more useful guidance.
Yep, that was the idea I have. Or rather, I had. I'll pay Jinsey another visit once she returns.
Relax, relax. You have me now, remember? Meeting up with that Jinshi person, getting your memories back. I've got you.
Aw, thank you.
Speaking of that, so this Sentinel can predict the future? That sounds cool. The name Jue sounds pretty cool too. It's almost as cool as mine. What does it look like? Where is it? Since we're paying it a visit, this Sentinel should treat us with food, right? I wonder how the food's gonna taste.
As for where the Sentinel is, well, we don't really know.
Our Sentinel protects every one of us. Of course it's cool.
Yeah, it's a freaking dragon.
But why are you talking about food again? Didn't you just stuff your face? What, is your stomach a black hole?
Or perhaps do you have two stomachs, like another mascot-type character that we shall not name?
I can't help it. I'm always starving.
After parting ways with Yang Yang and Chixia, you travel around several days later. Okay.
Rover, did you hear that? My stomach is growling. I'm so hungry. How about we go to that place we went to last time with Yang Yang and Chisha? I love their food so much. Yummy, yummy.
What the fuck was that sound?
Hello? Are you with me? You seem a bit distracted. With so much delicious food right in front of you, aren't you gonna try any? Well, if you're not interested, I'll gobble it all up.
Well, have at it.
You've been absent-minded the whole day. Still bothered by that dream from last night?
Wait, what dream? Oh, I guess that is part of the thing I couldn't read because I was not fast enough. Or rather, the text itself only appeared for a mere few seconds.
Wait, so you had a dream about the Sentinel? Like the one from your flashback when we saw the Sentinel statue after you lost your memory?
This time I saw more.
Hang on, so let me get this straight. The Sentinel swooshed you off to a mountain shaped like a dragon.
Apparently so.
And then there were all these bad things going on with lots and lots of tacit discords. But the Sentinel saved the day. How exactly did it protect everyone again? Oh, in your dream it made the time different there.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. the time in the mountains seemed to have slowed down from the outside, away from the tacit discords. The Sentinel must have created a barrier by manipulating the flow of time, keeping those monsters out.
It can do that. I mean, I guess if it can see the future, I can only assume that his powers are related to time thingies, I guess. Something like that.
It was a safe haven from all the disturbances caused by the tacit discords, where people lived peacefully. Also, in my dream, I wasn't affected by the slow time and could freely move in and out of the barrier.
Interesting that we weren't affected.
It's no shock that you have awesome powers, being friends with me. What was that place you dreamed about called?
I'm gonna go with Mount Firmament.
I'm not entirely sure I heard it correctly, but in my dream, the Sentinel mentioned a place called Mount Firmament.
Mount Firmament? Never heard of it.
I have a feeling the old guy behind us will tell us about it.
You've never heard of Mount Firmament? Then I'm
There you
sure
go.
you're not from around here.
Yes, indeed, we are not from around here.
Huh? Hold on! Did you just say Mount Firmament?
And aren't you surprised to see Abby? I mean, do you often see these types of animal echo thingies around here?
Oh my! Did that echo just talk?
Ah, there we have it. I was a bit too early on that remark. Relax, it won't hurt you.
Come on, man, relax. You don't hear an echo talking every day, but it's not that uncommon either. I heard there's a country called Rhinus. What? Anyway, the echoes there are next level.
What's up with this Mount Firmament?
Oh, you're not from around here?
I thought we had covered that.
Explains why you don't know about Mount Firmament.
Yes, indeed.
Legends say Mount Firmament is where the first people of Jinzhou lived. It looks like a giant statue of our Sentinel Jue. I've never actually heard of anyone going to that place. They say those who try either get lost in the sea mist or never come back.
I see, so it's basically like the Bermuda Triangle, or something along those lines. And now that I think about it, he said that the mount itself looks like a statue of Jue, and which is actually what we saw in the kind of flashback to the dream the rover had. How is that even possible? Is it a statue or is it an actual mountain? Like, which one is it? Because a mountain is not man-made, usually, I think. Whereas a statue is. So, I am confused.
If you're curious, just head southeast. Mount Firmament is on the east side of Whining Ix's Mire, and you can see it from a distance.
The southeast.
What's your take? Any idea?
The past few days, especially this morning, I caught this unique smell from the southeast. From that mountain they just mentioned.
Wait, you can smell that far? Oh damn. A unique smell? What do you mean?
It's like a strong energy pulsing through the air, but I can't quite put my finger on it. It feels kinda weird, though. Doesn't smell natural. Could it have anything to do with what you said? A place where time passes slowly? Do you want to go check it out?
Of course I do.
I had a flashback about seeing their sentinel. Perhaps that happened on Mount Firmament. I can feel an unknown force guiding me, urging me to go there and find something. Jinshi said she'll go search for the sentinel and update me on its whereabouts. But so far, I've not heard anything from the city hall yet.
Then shall we go check it out together? It feels really suspicious.
I guess the sentence was let's go. but I completely missed it because I
Abby,
was a bit too
Are you
quick.
getting sleepy again?
Let me take a quick nap, all right? I've got keen ears. If anything goes down, just give me a holler and I'll be up in a jiffy. I swear.
Hello, Sanhua. Long time no see.
Greetings, Rover.
I still love her voice just as much as I did previously.
What can I help you with today?
I'm here for Jinsey. I have questions about the Sentinel.
I regret to inform you that Madam Magistrate is not in the City Hall. She has left for Mount Firmament.
Well, isn't that convenient? I will be heading there soon.
In fact, we have not heard back from her for days.
Oh god, you seem worried.
Unfortunately, no. Please keep this confidential. The situation in Jinzhou is still unstable after our battle with the Threnodian. We must limit discussion of the Magistrate's whereabouts to a select few.
Okay, I once again skipped the Rover's line, but not on purpose. It's just that the line itself appears a bit later than I'm used to after the character speaks.
When we captured Scar, he claimed that the Fraxidus had imprisoned our Sentinel.
Yes, indeed, I do remember that.
It was around the same time that Madam Magistrate lost track of Sentinel Jue.
Which is logical if Scar wasn't bluffing.
If our Sentinel is truly in danger, or if someone with malicious intent obtains this information, the potential consequences could be as catastrophic as the previous Threnodian invasion.
Oh, wow, that is indeed catastrophic.
In order to investigate the Sentinel's whereabouts, Madam Magistrate has left for Mount Firmament, its last recorded location.
Okay. Did Jinsey bring anyone with her? Bodyguards? Can you get in touch with them?
Madam Magistrate traveled to Mount Firmament alone. The looming threat of the Threnodian discouraged any additional diversion of human resources. Furthermore, when it comes to the Sentinel, force is not a viable solution.
You know what? Jinsey might be in trouble and I want to help.
Madam Magistrate trusts you. It is beyond my authorization to meddle in your decisions.
Oh, well, that's convenient. That means I can do whatever I want.
However, the landscape around Mount Firmament is complex. One must be accompanied by a special wayfinder to navigate safely. That's all I know.
What is a wayfinder then? Where can I find this wayfinder then?
Currently, she's likely at the ferry terminal in Whining Ix's Mire. I'll reach out to her.
Oh, so that would be the new companion we will get, given the name of the quest.
To learn more about Mount Firmament, you can meet her at the ferry. I lack the same level of understanding of the situation there as she does.
And what might her name be? All right.
I trust Madam Magistrate's decisions. I will do my utmost to handle the public matters on her behalf while she is away. This worry about her safety won't leave me.
Well, I will try to alleviate your worry and deal with her safety.
In her last video message, I could tell she seemed weaker than usual,
Oh,
despite her efforts to maintain composure.
so there is definitely something wrong with her.
Madam Magistrate's situation might not be optimistic. Rover, Mount Firmament is a dangerous place. Please take care.
I will.
I've sent the coordinates to your terminal. Thank you for your kind help. I pray you will both return safely.
Thank you. Abby, you there?
I'm listening. Hey, did you notice how the mountain has a strangely pleasant smell? It doesn't look edible, though.
I think you're the only one who can smell a mountain from all the way here. Anyway, go get some rest. I can handle it.
Of course you can. When I'm already so cool, you must be pretty amazing, too.
Well, I try to be.
And don't worry, if there's any danger coming your way, I'll wake up like clockwork, just like last time.
Thank you, that is actually reassuring.
Well, unless there's nothing that can even remotely challenge you. In that case, I probably won't wake up.
Well, worst case scenario, I will wake you up and give you some food.
Let's head to the ferry. Mount Firmament. Our Wayfinder should have plenty information to share.
Who are we meeting today? Hello there.
Are you trapped here by the rain?
I'm actually waiting on someone. No, I am waiting for someone.
I happen to be waiting for someone too.
What a coincidence. Are you the Wayfinder?
I am Chun-Li, your Wayfinder.
A pleasure to meet you. She has beautiful eyes.
Don't worry, the rain won't last much longer. Our destination lies just beyond it. Rover, what do you know about Mount Firmament?
Not much. Well, there you have it. Not much.
There is a certain folk tale. Have you heard of it? While hiking in the mountains, a woodcutter came upon two people playing weiqi and became enthralled with their game.
Okay. And I don't know if you noticed, but at some point she showed her hand and her nails were colored. She had colored nails and there was a gradient on that color. It was actually very pretty.
Upon his return home, he found a world transformed. Everything was different, as if in a new reality. That mountain was a secret realm where time worked differently. The woodcutter only spent half a day inside, but outside, a century had passed.
Wow, that kind of time dilation would be problematic because if half a day equals 1 century, that's, well, we should try not to spend too much time in there, I guess.
Mount Firmament is such a place.
Otherwise, by the time we get out of it, then Qixia, Yang Yang, and every friend we made along the way would be dead.
But unlike this folktale, there is a price to pay for entering and exiting its grounds.
And what might that price be?
If I spend a full day in the mountains, 10 days will be taken off my lifespan upon my leaving,
What?
reflecting the actual time that is passed outside. Not to mention, the situation on Mount Firmament right now is probably even more complex than before.
What happened?
The strange time patterns of Mount Firmament are tied to the Sentinel's temporal mandate. Time ebbs and flows at its will.
So it decides.
If the Fraxidus really has imprisoned our Sentinel, causing it to lose control of its powers, that could explain the temporal disruptions. Which means Mount Firmament is basically a dead end, with no way out.
And you are heading straight into that dead end.
Lifespan is not the top of my concerns. If you've decided to venture there, I'll join you as your Wayfinder.
Well, it is your choice, but still, thank you.
Jin Shi has stayed on Mount Firmament for too long.
Oh, right. Sanhua said she might be in danger.
She doesn't miss a thing, does she?
No, she doesn't.
Before Jinshi left for Mount Firmament, scales began appearing on her body, and her resonance ability was weakening.
Why would scales appear on her body?
Those signs pointed to a dire situation for the Sentinel as well.
So it's related to her link to Jue.
That's why I must lead you there. You might have the key to solving our dilemma.
Well, I certainly hope I can help. Wait, what do you mean?
You're here because I invited you. Sanhua was instructed to disclose my whereabouts if you ever went to City Hall and asked about Jin Shi.
How did you know I would go to City Hall?
It's no surprise that you went to City Hall for answers, considering your memory loss and Jin Shi's prolonged absence. I need to tell you the truth, because you've been the top priority, no, the sole concern of our enemy, the Fraxidus.
Yeah, that much I knew.
That overseer tried everything to sway you and make you join their side before our battle with the reviving Threnodian. It's a clear sign that your involvement could disrupt their plans, especially at Mount Firmament.
Well, I am very good at disrupting plans, so I guess I'll do just that. It seems everyone's interested in me.
Records at the Grand Library tell a tale of someone who dared to enter Mount Firmament after the Sentinel's descent, and they emerged unscathed, as if time had no hold on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's the previous hero that may or may not have been me or someone related to me.
They were also said to have stood alongside the Sentinel. And here before me stands someone who bears an uncanny resemblance to that very individual.
Indeed.
Is it you? If not you, who else could it be?
I don't know, and I once again didn't mean to skip the rover's line. Oh well.
It took me some effort to finally reach this conclusion. Rover, the journey ahead is filled with danger at every turn. Once we venture into the mountains, there's no turning back. Are you sure you still want to join me?
Yes, I am. Yes, the strange time pattern can't hurt me. I had a dream about it.
As your wayfinder, I'll lead you to your destination. What you do after that is entirely up to you.
She's certainly very pretty, and I do like her voice. See, look at her nails.
The
They are
rain is
painted.
subsiding, and the sky will soon clear. It's time for us to head out.
Very well. Let us go to Mount Firmament. Go away, mouse. Oh. This is beautiful. This is beautiful as well. I didn't want to talk too much while she was singing because I liked her voice and I wanted to appreciate it.
We're at the base of Mount Firmament, but we won't enter the temporal barrier until we cross the luminous shore. Shall we proceed? The storm is coming. Some people must be itching to pounce.
Is that a bell?
The bridge has broken.
What is that? What's this?
Judging by its design and intricate details, it must be a creation of the court of Savante.
Oh, those guys.
This is what they call a chronosorter.
What is that?
It mimics the Sentinel's temporal mandate, able to reverse small-scale events and restore objects to their previous state.
What a convenient tool.
My master once told me about the court of Savante and their fearless quest to unravel the mysteries of Mount Firmament, risking all in their pursuit of understanding its strange flow of time.
I wonder who your master is.
Their dedication bore fruit in the form of fascinating inventions, such as this chronosorter. But it doesn't add up.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
Why hasn't this brilliant invention spread beyond Mount Firmament?
An excellent question.
This chronosorter was built beyond the temporal barrier, so its creator must have already paid the price for leaving. But even if they died, there are countless other CSC members who could replicate it. How did such advanced technology become lost?
I have no idea.
Or do these chronosorters stop functioning once they are removed from Mount Firmament?
They could be tied to Jewish power, and if Jewish power is kind of concentrated in Mount Firmament, then it would stand to reason that these devices wouldn't work outside of it. What should we do now?
This chronosorter, weathered though it may appear, bears no signs of neglect. Someone has tended to it diligently.
Does that mean that someone is living on this island?
Let's give it a try.
Very well. Is that all I had to do? Okay, well, that was easy.
Weren't they concerned about losing lifespan?
For those fanatics, nothing mattered more than the truth. To live every moment with overwhelming passion. How many can claim such a tenacious drive and unshakable determination? Rover, it's the Fraxidus.
No mercy. Sir, how dare you?
Now you behave. A decent challenge.
The Fraxidus. It's them again.
They've set traps all around the luminous shore. They must have anticipated your arrival.
The entrance is sealed.
It's the photon barrier, another invention from the court of Savante.
So it's a barrier made of light?
Specific steps must be followed to undo the barrier. Rover, I'll guide you.
Well, thank you very much.
Use long-range weapons on the photon vaults to cut off its energy. Once we've reached the cave's end, we'll enter the domain of Mount Firmament. Proceed with caution.
I shall indeed proceed with caution. What is this barrier? It's different. No, I see. So it's not the barrier, it's the...
So it can't hurt me.
Yes, it is the time dilation bubble barrier. Well, not barrier, but the outer limit, I guess, the outer edge. And we just entered it. You okay, Chengli? Is this the effect of that strange time pattern you mentioned?
Time on Mount Firmament used to simply flow slower than in the outside world. Visitors were safe as long as they remained within the temporal barrier.
But now it seems that everything is frozen in time.
But what we're seeing now is different. The flow of time has gone haywire. This is what we call temporal disruptions. What was once slow and steady has become chaotic and turbulent. Some areas are frozen in time, while others speed up or slow down unpredictably.
Oh, that last part is actually very interesting. The frozen in time, I can see it, but the speeding up and slowing down, I am curious if we actually get to see something like that.
No one knows how much they'll age after leaving Mount Firmament. But aging from youth to old age may be a blessing compared to the unknown fate that awaits. Leaving Mount Firmament could turn any mortal to dust in just a moment. Such is the power of time within its walls. These poor creatures, trapped in the temporal disruption, are the most pitiful of all. Their bodies and minds have been ravaged by the chaotic time, leaving them in unimaginable suffering.
Does that mean that even if we do manage to free them from this frozen timeline, they would actually quite simply die?
So, it looks like the Fraxidus did manage to capture our sentinel, leading to the temporal disruptions we are facing now.
I wonder if capturing a sentinel is something that happens often or not. I doubt it, but that is quite a feat from the Fraxidus. And I wonder how they managed to do it. Because from what we know, sentinels are supposed to be like super powerful beings.
I had wished that my theories would turn out wrong.
Oh damn, she sounds really sad about it.
As expected, my terminal isn't working. We can't reach Jinshi.
Does that mean we are going to have to search the entire mountain for her?
The temporal disruption is preventing it from functioning.
Jinshi.
We can't waste a moment. Jinshi's fate isn't the only one at stake. All the inhabitants of Mount Firmament are in danger. We need to hurry to Hongjian, a town nestled at the heart of Mount Firmament. Jinshi would likely pass through there on her search for the Sentinel.
The temporal disruptions have spared nothing on our way here. Chengli, does that mean you're in danger too?
So far, nothing feels out of the ordinary. It seems the Sentinel contained the situation before being fully trapped. But I don't know how long this stability will hold. If I go down, please, don't worry about me. You need only focus on what you have to do.
The view is splendid, and I love the red coloring of the rocks.
What's the matter?
I dreamed of this place.
You dreamed of Hongzhen?
Well, I didn't know it was called that, but yes. You describe your dream from last night.
It sounds like you did dream of this place.
Indeed. I dreamed of Hongzhen being attacked by TDs.
What you just described closely aligns with the accounts documented in our Grand Library. Over a century ago, a vast horde of tacit discords invaded Huanglong. Hongzhen suffered greatly during that onslaught.
What is this structure we can see? It reminds me of Halo, basically.
Thankfully, the Sentinel descended, manipulating time to erect a protective barrier, keeping those monsters at bay.
Okay.
Rover, perhaps that dream is more than just a dream.
Perhaps it was a memory.
It could be a glimpse into your own past, and a guiding light for the future.
Who knows? Well, hello, boys in red. Why are we hiding? It's the Fraxidus.
Hongzhen is a pivotal location, linking various parts of Mount Firmament. With the Fraxidus now targeting us, they'll seize any opportunity to intercept our path.
They've laid a trap in Hongzhen.
But every trap has its weak points.
Okay. What you getting at? What is this?
Someone has used their resonance ability here, but it feels different from the Fraxidus aggression. It's Jinshi. And it seems like she used it in a dire situation. Could it be related to the people of Hongzhen?
How are you getting all of that information from a few leaves on the ground?
The traces lead deeper into the heart of Hongzhen. Let's keep moving. Don't let your guard down.
Very well.
Someone fought here against those Fraxidus.
I'm guessing it might have been Jinsi?
Must be Jinshi. Her trails led to this location.
I don't know if her name is pronounced Jinshi, Jinsi, or something else entirely, but oh well.
Using her resonance ability too much would only worsen her condition. But she must have had a reason. Was she helping the people of Hongzhen find refuge?
Changli, there are traces here.
They're pointing north. Let's proceed in that direction.
You two, halt!
Oh, there are survivors.
Hold on.
Oh?
Lady Xingyi.
Relax, there are honored guests. No need to be tense.
Hello, you. I love your design.
In a single day, we've greeted both the Magistrate of Jinzhou and her trusted counselor in Hongzhen. I can only assume something significant happened.
Yeah, kind of.
It's been a while, Changli.
I heard you stepped down from your position and moved to the countryside. And now here we are, meeting again after all this time, in such unfortunate circumstances.
For years, I lived secluded. no longer concerning myself with the matters beyond Hongzhen. But the current situation in Jinzhou is volatile. It has reunited us in an unpredictable moment. And you, young sir? What shall I call you?
You can call me Rover.
My name is Xinyi. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Please follow me this way. It's not safe to talk here.
Very well.
I believe you are here for Magistrate Jin Shi.
We are indeed.
The magistrate left Hongzhen about 15 minutes ago. She should be at the Truth Seeker's Pass now.
The Truth Seeker's Pass?
That's what they call it in Hongzhen. You might know it better as the ruins of a Court of Savante facility.
Oh, I see. What is Jinxi doing there?
Lady Xinyi, please elaborate.
Madam Magistrate, are you...
I'm fine.
You are lying.
How's the situation? Have we evacuated all the civilians?
Yes. Remaining civilians have been counted and escorted to safety.
Good. These hidden chambers should provide some much-needed shelter for them to rest a little. Despite being the Sentinel's appointed resonator, I haven't been able to sense its presence for some time now. I can feel my resonance ability waning, and I get my power from the Sentinel. This can only mean one thing. The Sentinel's condition is getting worse.
Well, that is definitely problematic.
Lady Xingyi, I need to know where the Sentinel was last seen. I can only fix the temporal disruption within a confined radius. It's already pushing my limits to keep this small pocket of space secure.
Oh, so that's how they are okay. But that also brings up the question, how is there some of the Fraxidus moving around without a care in the world outside? How are they doing that? How are they not affected by the temporal disruption?
Mount Firmament is in serious trouble, and we can't waste any more time. We need our Sentinel to stabilize the time flow.
The Sentinel was last seen flying towards Mianlung Chamber, where it would normally rest. The Fraxidus likely swarmed it soon after. But little did they know, we had a defense system in place, built with the help of the Court of Savante. It was reactivated as soon as our Sentinel made it back inside. This mechanism has allowed us to locate their troops, and we've already eliminated some of them outside the Mianlung Chamber.
Oh, well done.
To get inside Mianlung Chamber, we have to find the cipher key in Truth Seeker's Pass and unseal it with the Keyforge.
Ah, there you go. We have our thingamabob, our MacGuffin to look for.
Understood. I will go bring back the cipher key.
No, I guess technically speaking that was her quest, but since we are looking for her and she's looking for the key, by addition, that becomes our quest as well, I guess?
You are injured. Please, rest and leave it to me.
Nah, she won't do that. Well, we know she didn't.
The Fraxidus will most likely attack this place once I leave. You must stay here and guard it. I implore you, Xingyi. Help me keep our people safe.
Yes, I will, Madam Magistrate.
Before I headed to Mount Firmament, the Fractsidus revealed a prophecy from our Sentinel. A fateful clash between the Sentinel and myself that would shape the fate of our city. I never intended to believe their baseless claims, but I was not surprised to hear it. The Sentinel had told me long ago that there would come a day when I surpass it in power. A day when the humans of Jinzhou take control of their own destiny.
Interesting.
Once we save the Sentinel from danger, I intend to have a serious conversation with it about this prophecy.
You definitely should.
And then she left.
There's still one thing that doesn't add up. How did the Fractsidus kidnap our Sentinel?
I'm definitely wondering about that as well.
The Mianlong Chamber was once renovated by the court of Savante. Do you think their research could be involved somehow?
Oh.
I'll look into what you said. But once we have the cipher key, the Mianlong Chamber will be left vulnerable to the Fractsidus' potential retaliation.
We must keep them at bay. Rover and I are headed to the Truth Seeker's Pass to meet up with Jingxi. We'll distract the Fractsidus' main forces, giving you an opportunity to stage your ambush.
And the locals will handle the rest.
Very well.
I will send some men to open up the side exit for you. Head south and keep walking a couple of minutes, and you will see the Truth Seeker's Pass downstream.
Thank you, Lady Xingyi. Please, leave it to us.
In this place she was born, and in this place she returns. Our magistrate's fate is bound to Mount Firmament.
Oh, she was born in Mount Firmament. I guess that might be why she has a link with Zhuwei.
Did Xingyi and Jinxi know each other?
Jinxi was chosen as a baby for her resonance ability and raised in City Hall to become the Sentinel's appointed resonator. All the government workers there helped care for and teach her at some point, including Lady Xingyi. She grew up with immense responsibilities, forced to suppress her true nature from a young age. Thinking back, Jinxi was only a teenage girl when she became the magistrate. She has been burdened with unimaginable weight that most cannot fathom.
I assume this is the Truth Seeker's Pass Xingyi mentioned.
Yes. This should be another chronosorter. It should work in similar ways with the one we saw near the Luminous Shore. The entrance is built on that cliff, and it's been blocked.
Not to worry, I'm an expert puzzle solver.
We will need to break the 3 photon vaults with ranged attacks first.
What is it, Shengli?
Nothing. I was wondering, how did the court of Savante create such an advanced mechanism using the Sentinel's power? Mortals aren't supposed to be able to comprehend it.
Maybe they studied the so-called hibernation pod Zhuwei came in, and that gave them a clue?
I've never heard of any human civilization having the ability to manipulate time. Unless the Sentinel willingly taught them.
Oh, I guess
But
you're
why?
right. That is another possibility. I have no idea why, though.
We need to focus on items related to the court of Savante in Truth Seeker's Pass. Maybe we can find some clues there.
Why are there tacit discords here? No. These monsters, they don't look like the usual tacit discords.
These also look like the works of the court of Savante. Did they create these simulated holograms to protect this place? Wait. The blood and scales here. It's Jinxi.
Was she injured?
She is likely teetering on the edge of overclocking now.
Oh shit, that is not good.
We are running out of time. Decades have passed, but those researchers' presence still lingers in this place.
Editing Happy Hour here. To shave up a bit of time in an already very long quest, let me quickly summarize this document for you. The gist of it is that the court of Savante experimented on Jouer and found out that 1. Jouer is bleeding frequency, 2. It's getting worse, and 3. The Mianlong chamber acts as a band-aid. They also hypothesized that Jouer started losing frequency around the time of its arrival at Mount Firmament, and it cannot be reversed. But wait, there's more. As long as Jouer is bleeding frequency, the time discrepancy between Mount Firmament and the rest of the world will only grow worse. But wait, there is even more. If Jouer dies, its time bubble around Mount Firmament will start expanding, potentially freezing time for the entirety of Jinzhou. One last thing to note is that throughout the document, the Court of Savante mentions getting help from a peculiar visitor who bridged the gap between Jouer and the research team, allowing them to communicate and help the research team create the Chronosorter as a means to possibly change this dire situation. Back to streaming Happy Hour now. That was a lot of information.
The Sentinel's situation is worse than we thought. It had already sustained severe injuries when it descended upon Mount Firmament. With one of the temporal programs lost, it no longer had the power to restore time. Instead, it could only stop and rewind it.
So the Sentinel protected Hongjin with its power, but it couldn't return things back to normal.
It would seem so. According to their theories, the Sentinel's injury would worsen over time, and if the Sentinel perishes, the temporal disruptions will spiral out of control, engulfing all of Jinzhou. So the Fraxidus just added a pinch of salt to the already gaping wounds on Mount Firmament.
Is there any way to cure the Sentinel?
There's nothing we can do. At least that's what it says in these records. Only the Mianlong chamber can provide temporary relief for the Sentinel, but it won't heal it completely. In the end, the Sentinel and a peculiar visitor who is immune to time disruptions would have to come up with a last resort.
The resonance.
The Sentinel couldn't be fixed, so they decided to replicate its power onto a resonator through induced resonance. Their experiments resulted in the first Chronosorter, a man-made resonance object.
So it worked?
No. A Chronosorter can only rewind time within a narrow range. It's no match for the Sentinel's immense power.
If objects didn't work, then what if it was a person? Jinxie.
We are getting closer and closer to the truth. 2 more flare stones left. Everything aside, first we must find Jinxie.
We must indeed. Editing Happy Hour here once again to summarize this document for you. The Court of Savante's working theory is that when 2 entities resonate at high intensity, the weaker one can get much stronger than it usually is. That being said, the Chronosorters can only withstand a fraction of Jouer's power, so many experiments ended in failure. Also, these devices only work within Jouer's time barrier. Eventually, one experiment was a success. The Chronosorter was destroyed, but it did manage to restore time for 1.29 seconds. However, the researchers note that this success only happened after the peculiar visitor had a talk with Jouer. Still, the Chronosorters are too fragile and the researchers need a more powerful resonator. Unfortunately, it is deemed too risky for anyone to try and withstand the shock of Jouer's resonance. Back to streaming Happy Hour now. Oh boy, that was again a lot of information.
Is that so?
Rover, why are you asking what does it say? I just spent 5 minutes reading it. Oh my god.
So this file confirms that the chronosorters are artificial resonance objects.
Yes, they were made by the Court of Savante. We knew that.
They activate when hit with a strong impact to create the corresponding resonance effects. And this also answers my previous question. The chronosorters rewind time through resonating with the Sentinel.
That sounds really powerful.
No, it was nowhere near enough. The chronosorters shut down once they are removed from the Sentinel's range or the abnormal time flow on Mount Firmament.
Well, I'm guessing it's kind of hard to mimic the power of a Sentinel.
Plus, as artificial resonance objects, their capacity is limited. According to the Court of Savante researchers, there was a hypothesis that could potentially make them more powerful, the Second Resonance Awakening hypothesis, which states the collision between two resonating frequencies might cause a Second Resonance Awakening.
That prophecy. A destined fight between Jinzi and the Sentinel.
Yes. That fight has to happen to trigger a Second Resonance Awakening for Jinshi, so she may exert even stronger resonance abilities, ones that allow her to restore the flow of time.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't expect that collision the researcher was talking about to be an actual fight between the two. But it does make sense given the prophecy that we've heard about with in regards to Jinsi and the Sentinel. Anyway, did the Court of Savante's research succeed?
Countless chronosorters were made to collide with the Sentinel's frequencies, but they were no match. All the machines turned to dust.
Without exception?
One chronosorter briefly showed the power to restore time before breaking apart.
I just realized basically she is summarizing everything I just read, so why did I just read it? Oh god.
This proved that a second awakening can indeed improve resonance ability. The research log mentioned that all chronosorters were working in an overdrive mode. It's similar to how human resonators experience overclocking, they wrote.
What is overclocking?
Overclocking happens when a resonator overexerts their ability. And this researcher who wrote this suggests that it might be the key to triggering a second awakening.
It doesn't sound like a good thing.
No, it's not. Exhausting oneself will only result in destruction.
But that would explain why Jinsi is trying to push herself to the brink, even though she knows that it is dangerous. Maybe she is trying to do just that.
In addition, I noticed another detail in these records. The chronosorters required manual control, while the Sentinel Jue appeared to be under someone else's command.
Wait, Jue is under someone else's command? Or do you mean that the peculiar visitor is actually just, talking to Jue?
In the only incident of success, just as the chronosorter was about to break down, that peculiar visitor gave an order to the Sentinel. And the Sentinel successfully transferred some kind of energy to the chronosorter thanks to that order.
Energy transmission.
Rover, do you have an idea?
You don't look so good, Miss Dragon.
You.
Don't worry. Rover is special. The temporal disruption can't hurt him.
Yes, I am special.
But Changli, you're...
Yeah, she's not special.
I gave my word to be your pawn, and I intend to keep it. As your teacher and courtier, it is only right for me to do so. And let's not forget, without me playing the Wayfinder for Rover, we wouldn't even have him here.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
Rover has a strong connection to this place. You need his help to resolve Mount Firmament's crisis.
Yes, rely on me.
But we already owe Rover a lot.
Yes, but exactly, you know what I'm capable of, so why not let me help you? And I don't mind helping you again.
Thank you, Rover. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Rover, I will do everything I can to rescue the Sentinel as soon as possible. And we can finally talk to it in person. It will surely have the answers you want.
Let's cut to the chase. What did you find in Truthseeker's past, Jinshi?
According to the Court of Savante's records, the Sentinel was already injured upon its arrival at Mount Firmament. As time passed and its condition worsened, the flow of time became unstable here, causing temporal disruptions that could potentially threaten Jinzhou. Only the Sentinel's appointed resonator can restore its temporal mandate.
Meaning you.
Their records indicate a solution. To reverse the rapid aging effect from temporal disruptions, I must deliberately collide with the Sentinel's resonance power during combat, triggering my second resonance awakening. That will enhance my power beyond its limits.
Well, I wish you good luck. I don't know if I can help you much with that, but I will do whatever I can.
Let's say you can achieve all that, but Jinshi, do you understand what is at stake for yourself?
Well, her entire life, I'm guessing. How about I try to do it? Perhaps I can. I am special, after all. And I have
understand.
Abby. I just realized I have Abby. Perhaps Abby can help.
I share a resonance connection with Jue, but I never took the time to truly get to know it. I've been blind to its suffering for so long.
Well, you had other matters to take care of, such as running an entire city.
Sentinel Jue has been guiding us since the city's founding with its wise words and well-crafted decisions. The temporal disruptions we face are just a side effect of its efforts to protect local people. Without the Sentinel blocking out tacit discords through its time manipulation power, Jinzhou would be a barren wasteland today.
So what do you plan to do, Jinshi?
Well, I'm guessing just go along with the prophecy of fighting Jue. I mean, it's not like she has much of a choice. As far as we know, everybody's told us that every prophecy Jue mentioned came to pass, so she doesn't really have a choice.
If the Sentinel's condition is indeed incurable, nobody knows how far the temporal disruptions will continue to spread. Today it's Mount Firmament, but tomorrow it could be all of Jinzhou.
Which is why we need to act.
I will. If it truly comes down to that, I'll fulfill Jue's prophecy myself.
Well, that's one possibility, but then again, Abby is here. Perhaps she can help.
It's the only way to save Mount Firmament, protect Jinzhou, and help the Sentinel.
Have you thought about the consequences, Jinshi? Trying to trigger a second awakening by fighting the Sentinel, it could make you overclock at any moment.
But perhaps overclocking is the point itself.
We both know what that means. You could lose your mind forever. or even disintegrate into dust. You don't want to end up like those chronosorters, shredded under immense pressure.
Yes, I can understand that, and I love the fact that you can hear the concern in Changli's VA. She's doing an excellent job.
On top of that, do you honestly believe you can fight in your current condition? I can see right through your facade, Jinshi. You're essentially committing suicide at this point.
You're one to talk, my teacher.
Oh, Changli is Jinxi's teacher?
I learned from the best. When have you ever backed down from risking your life for what you believe in?
Yeah, she's got a point because right now you are risking your life just by being here.
Oh? I don't remember ever teaching you that.
Well, perhaps she just observed it.
We all die eventually, but we need to stay alive as long as we can to achieve more. Jinshi, you must live and inherit the Sentinel's power. Then you can save and protect these people for years to come.
Changli,
Jinshi, I don't intend to stop you. I know you've made up your mind. That's why I brought Rover here.
Me? What am I supposed to do?
You may have already guessed it. Rover is indeed the hero who fought by our Sentinel's side during Jinzhou's early days. He is also the mysterious visitor spoken of in tales about Mount Firmament.
Oh, so it is confirmed, because as far as I can tell, everyone else seemed to think that we were the same dude, but they were not ready to actually confirm it. But apparently she seems sure.
All evidence we've gathered points to this being true.
Okay, never mind. It is still a hypothesis, but it is a very highly likely hypothesis.
If anyone can help us with the situation at Mount Firmament, it must be Rover.
There might be other options because I'm thinking of Abby.
thank you, my teacher. Jingxi will keep your words in mind.
Why are you suddenly talking about yourself in the third person?
Lastly, we still don't know for sure how the Fraxidus is keeping our Sentinel trapped. This will determine if you can actually meet it face to face.
That is still a question that we have, indeed. They might be using the Court of Savante's mechanisms.
Yes, it could be any of these scenarios. Lady Xingyi is already on the case. We should get an answer soon.
I love how she acts like she heard everything I just said, even though I only picked one answer.
The cipher key should be inside the stone chamber, behind its entrance gate. There is one more flare stone to work out. Let's get moving.
Communication log. That child. Reply. That child. Unfortunately, C001 did not respond to the matter concerning that child. However, the fact remains that the dead baby did come back to life. We did not need C001 to confirm anything for us, or else the strange occurrences of that day would be meaningless. As for the child's identity, there can be no other answers besides something. As for how the dead baby was brought back to life, I suspect it has something to do with the turning back of time, but neither you, I, nor the people of Hongzhen are able to remember the events of that night in detail. If we rule out the possibility of a collective hallucination, this at least indicates that the phenomenon of turning back time on that day only affected individual entities and not all of Mount Firmament. A citizen of Hongzhen told me that a child is now being fostered by the town. Maybe we should go and take a look.
The Sentinel never tried to interfere with natural death before. Why did it make an exception?
Rover, take good care of the cipher key.
I will do my best.
I'm leaving the rest to you and Jinji.
What about you?
Please don't forget, I am your wayfinder. I journeyed with you into the mountains to ensure you meet up with Jinshi. From this point onward, I will be counting on you both to go and confront the Sentinel.
Very well.
This is all I can do for you. I'm here to guide, not intervene. The path is yours to choose.
That's definitely an interesting distinction.
Not to mention, the Fraxidus has been pestering us non-stop. You'll need someone to keep them at bay.
Oh, so you will be doing Yang Yang's job from the previous act. And the Fraxidus are here for me.
Yes, they've been constantly watching you, interested in your every move. They can never seem to take their eyes off of you.
When you say it like that, it almost sounds romantic.
By all means, please carry on without me. As for myself, I have a more fitting location to make my contributions from.
Do you now?
Oh, speak of the devils.
What's going on?
How rude. This is not how we greet people here. Allow me to demonstrate the proper etiquette.
Good luck, Cheng-Li. Although I guess you won't need it. Yep. I like that smile.
Cheng-Li.
Those artificers are nothing to worry about. Don't worry. Cheng-Li has her plans. I don't believe we will run into more ambushes on the way.
It's Madam Magistrate! She's back!
She is indeed.
I must go tell Lady Xinyi!
Well, don't worry, we are going to talk to her. And I am faster than you. Xinyi places the cipher key onto the key forge.
The Mianlung chamber is open now. You can proceed inside.
Thank you.
Before you go, there's something important I need to tell you.
I am very much afraid, but go ahead. About how the Fraxidus imprisoned your sentinel?
Cheng-Li was right. They used the Court of Cervantes' research to trap our sentinel in its resting chamber.
How did they do it? Did they have
They
an
used
inside
the
man?
chronosorters.
Oh, never mind. They just used the Court of Cervantes tech. Well, I mean, that we already knew, and we guessed that much already. but I was wondering if they had inside help.
Our captured artificer revealed that the Fraxidus sent a death squad to invade Mount Firmament. They had a twofold plan. First, to place the chronosorter in the Mianlun chamber while it was still operational. And second, to lure the Sentinel back to Mount Firmament. Although their death squad was no match for the Sentinel, by forcing its hand, the powerful resonance ability of the Sentinel would clash with the energy of the chronosorter. This would ultimately cause harm to itself.
How could some chronosorters trap the Sentinels? Their power is nothing against it.
What if the Fraxidus modified those chronosorters?
Yep, that is definitely a possibility.
A whole bunch of them, pushed to their limits, all working together to deliver one massive blow. But not even that was enough to take down the Sentinel. After the first hit, they set up modified flare crests in the Mianlun chamber to form a special force field along with those chronosorters.
I see.
It prevented the Sentinel from replenishing energy, and eventually restricted its movement and perception.
So, we must free the Sentinel from that force field first.
It would be a task more complicated than it sounds.
By my guess, it should be another puzzle for me to solve.
The people of Hongzhen have lived with the Sentinel for generations. We can usually tell if it's in good shape or not. But now, the Fraxidus want to capture the Sentinel. They won't just stop at Mount Firmament. Madam Magistrate, I'm sure you didn't come here just for the Sentinel. Please tell us what you know, Madam Magistrate.
Yes. I will tell you everything.
Jinxie filled Xinyi in on her whatever.
So the Sentinel is actually injured. And it's been getting worse. The Fraxidus attacked while it hasn't healed yet. Their plans are devious as always.
I think I'm going to give up on reading the white text on black screens because it goes by way too fast. That is insane.
Madam Magistrate, you've already laid out this plan so far. It's always a challenge to decipher the Sentinel's intentions. But there were many theories about it in City Hall at the time. I couldn't fathom why it went through such great lengths to retrieve you from Mount Firmament and raise you within our walls.
I guess Joey actually saw the future and knew that it would need her in the future. Maybe.
But now that I reflect on it, perhaps the Sentinel saw in you the potential to one day restore the temporal program and ensure the survival of Jinzhou's inhabitants.
Yeah, that's basically what I just said. Perhaps I should have waited for her to finish her thought.
I just never thought you'd be willing to follow through with that prophecy.
It was here on this very mountain that I first encountered the Sentinel. Back then, I was too young to remember anything. Even the image of Mount Firmament has slipped from my mind. But this time, as soon as I stood at the base of Mount Firmament, I felt a wave of recognition wash over me. Memories long buried resurfaced with sudden clarity.
If only that could happen to us as well.
Lady Xingyi, I was born with my life, My everything connected to our sentinel. But my duty as its appointed resonator is not the only reason for my decision. I'm following the heart of my younger self before I became Jinshi. The girl who used to laugh with pure joy as she felt the snow from Mount Firmament on her face.
Well, it seems that I have been mispronouncing her name the entire time, so I'm very sorry about that. Her name is Jinshi, even though the S is after the H, so I have no idea how that works.
I am a seed, born on Mount Firmament, carried by the wind to every corner of Jinzhou. But now, I've returned to my place of origin.
Hey, that gives us a common ground, because I've been called a seed as well.
It's time for me to take root and grow into something greater.
No matter what happens or what choices you make, please remember, the people of Hongzhen will always have your back.
And so do I. I will do my best to help you.
Mount Firmament has been stagnant for eternity. Perhaps a sudden crack of lightning is what we need to break through the fog of uncertainty that has lingered over us for far too long.
Well, if it's lightning you need, perhaps I should call Yinlin.
Once you pass through Hongzhen, keep your eyes open for a cave on the northern cliff. That will lead you to a shortcut towards Mianlun Chamber. The place is directly under Mount Firmament's iconic loon-shaped cliff. I wish you two the best of luck.
Jinshi, so far everything we know about the Sentinel is still just speculation.
You were right. But my weakening resonance ability and my connection to the Sentinel leave me no choice but to explore these theories. Whether it's fact or fiction, truth or a lie, I have to confront the Sentinel and see for myself. The Mianlun Chamber should be deep in the cave. Let's go.
And let us indeed. You okay?
This must be the Mianlun Chamber. We should now help the Sentinel break free from the Flare Crest spines.
The water surface isn't moving at all.
Chronosorters nearby may have frozen this body of water in time. Or it could have been caused by the temporal disruptions here. Either way, we can use it to our advantage. We can walk over the water now.
I always wanted to walk on water.
We are too far away to see what's going on inside. Let's go. I still need more information to determine what we should do next.
Very well.
I can feel the Sentinel's presence inside. But it's not responding.
Maybe it's asleep? Well, that is not scary at all. I guess it is showing us how to free them.
The Flare Crest. The Sentinel is telling us we need to find the 3 flare stones corresponding to the Flare Crest. Then we will be able to lift the confinement set by the Fraxidus.
But I'm not seeing any flare stones. or any kind of entrance to another chamber.
There seems to be something underwater. Let's start with the chrono sorter here.
Okay. I'm gonna guess I have to do it all the way.
The water level has dropped. It's the flare stone. On that rock.
Let's go retrieve it.
What is this? Read. CSC Research Memo 2. Our visitor shared intricate details about the outside world, describing a new civilization that rose from the ashes of the old. Their narrative held a serene tone, void of personal emotion, as if they were an impartial observer rather than the one who saved said civilization in the first place. It became clear to me that they were not like us. Their humility and goodwill were meant to guide and integrate us onto a predetermined path. Despite this, I was grateful for all the knowledge they shared with me. I yearned to see this new world for myself, realizing that I had been cooped up in Mount Firmament for too long. Well, the problem is, if you go out, you die, so you can't really see it. What is this?
Once, tacit discords terrorized the land.
The region of Jinzhou was under siege. A mother and her newborn child were hiding in ruins, trying to avoid the deadly creatures. They weren't safe for long, as the tacit discord found them. The mother sacrificed herself to protect her child. But with her gone, it was difficult for the newborn to survive. In a couple of minutes, its loud cries gradually died out. Fortunately, the newborn's cries echoed through the forest with a unique resonance that reached the ears of the mighty sentinel. With a burst of energy, our sentinel dispelled the surrounding evils. But sadly, it was too late. That night, Mount Firmament shook with the roars of a lung, and dark clouds gathered. The sentinel returned with a dead infant in its embrace. As if by magic, somber clouds parted, and shooting stars lit up the sky. With Mount Firmament's unique flow of time, the sentinel brought the deceased infant back to life. The resurrected infant became known as the
Sentinel's appointed resonator, and went on to become the magistrate of Jinzhou.
So I guess now we got a visual representation of her origin story. The deceased infant here. Is it you?
Yes, it's me.
Who could have guessed?
I've lived in Jinzhou my whole life, and never ventured into Hongzhen. Yet even I know of the legend. To me, Jue is more than just our sentinel, or a revered divine being. It raised me and saved me from certain death. I've been thinking about it on our way here. If the sentinel predicted our fight, why would it even bother saving me in the first place?
Because it needs you to fight him, I think.
Now I understand why. Because I am the sentinel's resonator. I may not have any extraordinary abilities, but I do possess the temporal program that it accidentally lost. If Jinzhou ever faces a similar time crisis, I might be the only one who can set things right. In our Sentinel's prediction, the battle between us is supposed to happen in the distant future.
Not so sure about that.
It had been waiting for an opportunity, A right moment to tell me the truth. That's why it didn't explain. Now may not be the opportunity the Sentinel has been waiting for. But my body cannot hold up much longer.
Neither can the Sentinel. I mean, it is imprisoned by the Fraxidus, which is not good.
I have to go and face it while I still can. To learn about the truth, or complete our destined battle.
As your friend, I do not want to see you suffer.
Give up my duty? I never thought about it.
Yeah, well, that's not what I said, but okay.
To be honest, I did doubt myself many times. It was the endless kindness of you, Cheng Li, Xing Yi, and everyone in Jinzhou that gave me the courage to push on. Even Jue's decision to bring me back to life. Whether out of pity or not, I am truly grateful. The thought of it warms my heart every time. Jinzhou holds everything that's dear to me. Even without the title of magistrate, I could never leave Jinzhou behind.
But your wounds...
I'm okay. The pain I'm feeling is nothing compared to those trapped in the temporal disruptions. I must find the Sentinel as soon as possible. We draw from the same source of power. Saving it means saving myself.
Do you have to fight the Sentinel?
If there is truly no other option in the end, then I will have to fight it. I refuse to back down.
And I support your decision.
I will fight. To protect the Sentinel and to defend Jinzhou. One life may be lost, but many will be saved. If it means keeping everyone safe, then I have no regrets giving my own life.
Well, let's hold off on giving your own life. Perhaps we can help and manage to protect you as well.
But let me make one thing clear. I am not planning on dying yet.
Thank you.
I am here to fight for a chance at survival, no matter how slim that chance may be.
Well, I agree with that sentiment.
We're not in a situation where death is our only option, are we?
I will help you.
Thank you for placing your trust in me.
Well, thank you for allowing me to trust you, I guess.
Come to think of it, many good things have happened to me since you arrived in Jinzhou. Thank you, Rover.
You are welcome. I am always here for you.
My teacher Cheng Li told me it's up to both of us to solve the crisis at Mount Firmament. As I know you have a special connection with our Sentinel, I need your support in this decision. But don't worry, I'm prepared. This isn't about succumbing to destiny. It's about embracing it fully. I am grateful to have you by my side through it all.
I'm happy to be here. And the last
All
one is
set.
done.
The Sentinel should be able to break free now.
Yes, I believe so. Let's head back to the Sentinel's place.
Wait, does this thing not work? No, well. It is certainly a very pretty dragon.
Jinshi, it has been quite some time.
That is not the voice you had in the very first act of the game.
And greetings, Lord Arbiter. Or should one address you as Rover now?
Lord Arbiter? What is that name?
One cannot discern the cause of your arrival. Yet its significance heralds Jinzhou's fateful juncture. Shall a child who has lost their memories take up arms and fight for their fate? Or shall they retreat to their cradle and slumber? The seed of the future shall be sown in this very moment.
What do you mean by Arbiter? What should I do?
Once the situation settles, an explanation shall be provided. For now, one must implore you to simply engage, decide, and observe.
Well, I can certainly do that.
Your journey has been an arduous one. Aside from aiding one in this predicament, surely there are other inquiries you wish to make.
I cannot bring myself to ask for more. All I seek is the truth. Mount Firmament is in grave danger. Regarding the temporal mandate and your injuries, please do not keep the truth from me any longer.
One understands your concerns. The timing may not be optimal for this disclosure, yet in the midst of crisis, one must act with expedience. For one will soon perish.
Ah, that is a problem.
One such as this, of immortal nature, is designed to endure for all time.
But, I am sensing a but.
Yet one suffered severe harm in ancient times, and now relies on the Myanlong Chamber for survival.
Okay, it wasn't a but, it was a yet, but the sense is the same. The meaning is the same.
This is not the optimal solution. For a long time, one has had to use this chamber to replenish energy, hoping to delay the inevitable doom.
I love this dragon, it is very majestic.
Yet fate cannot be defied. The Fraxidas have conspired against this one. Now, the injury only worsens. The Myanlong Chamber can no longer prolong one's life.
If you die, what will happen to Jinzhou?
Jinzhou. The city of Jinzhou will be no more.
And you see, that's a problem for us.
Ever since one descended upon Mount Firmament, using the power of temporal mandate to repel tacit discords, time has been in disarray within this location. The fate of Jinzhou was sealed from that moment on.
However, Jinshi said that one day she will surpass you. Or rather, she said that you said that. If she can surpass you, that means that she can correct the problem that you can no longer correct. Right?
Over the past millennia, one has defied the laws of nature and sustained Jinzhou at the cost of one's own life force. Otherwise, the temporal disruption would wreak havoc not only on Mount Firmament, but on the entire region of Jinzhou. If this were to happen, all life will be engulfed in a chaotic storm of twisted time flow.
what would happen to them?
Jinzhou shall forever remain frozen in time. The past and the future meld into one, rendering life indistinguishable from death. The ceremonial rituals and endless battles persist, intertwining joy and sorrow into an eternal blur. All inhabitants of Jinzhou shall endure this perpetual fate until time itself ceases to exist. It is this one's own doing, and one must put an end to it. In the coming days, one will exert every ounce of strength to freeze the time in Jinzhou at the cost of one's remaining life. In that moment, Jinzhou will fall into stillness, but not perish. In the distant future, the people of Wanlong may discover a method to rescue Jinzhou.
Is there no other way?
Is there truly nothing else we can do?
You and I think the same.
This is not the optimal solution, but it suffices as an option.
Please, forgive me, but I cannot do as you say. A decade, a century. What if nobody comes up with a solution? By that time, the world will have turned its back on this forgotten city. And who would be willing to spend precious resources rescuing a small city in a far-off corner of the world? Jinzhou's fate deserves better than an uncertain future.
Whilst one may not live to witness the future, one can still envision endless possibilities yet to come. In my deduction, this method proves to be the most effective and stable.
I feel like Jue doesn't want us to disagree.
Magistrate Jinji, as you express doubts, pray tell, how do you propose to solve this issue?
How about my idea of her becoming stronger than you and being able to do what you cannot?
The flow of time upon Mount Firmament is in disarray, and it can only be contained through one's utmost effort. If one does not freeze the time now, the situation in Jinzhou shall surely worsen 100-fold, or even 1,000-fold after one's passing.
You once predicted a destined battle between us. Is it true?
Correct.
I was lost at first, struggling to grasp the prophecy's meaning. Only when I learned of your actions alongside the court of Savante did it all become clear. By clashing two resonating powers, a second resonance awakening can be induced. Through this, I am able to push my resonance ability beyond its limits and invoke the temporal mandate to restore the flow of time.
Yay, she's going with my idea. Well, it's not my idea, but you get the point.
Though I will be forced to raise my blade against you.
Ridiculous! If you clash with my resonance power, even the smallest mistake will result in overclocking and leave you nothing but an empty husk. You are well aware of its excruciating effects. The pain you feel now is but a faint scratch in comparison to its true torment. Moreover, you will be trapped within the fissures of time itself. Your being will be relentlessly shredded and mended day after day, denied any respite for eternity.
But I can restore the errors in the flow of time. Isn't that why you saved me all those years ago? I'm just doing what you've been doing all along. Going against fate to keep Jinzhou safe.
Jinshi, you are given one last opportunity. Let me freeze the time, and I can ensure your safety.
I don't think she cares that much about her safety. She wants to save the people first. What if I help her? I am here for a reason.
You're only here to witness before the right time arrives.
And who decides when the right time arrives?
But you are not compelled to remain idle. Should you intervene, we may augment Jinshi's odds of survival by a fraction.
Well, a fraction's all we need, because she has made up her mind, and there is no dissuading her, so I might as well help out as best I can.
Command me to transfer my temporal mandate access to Jinshi at the right moment.
I will do my best to do that.
The moment of her resonance abilities depletion. When she is teetering on the brink of overclocking and near death. Then we may still save her life.
Very well.
Miss that moment by even the slightest margin, and Jinshi's fate will be sealed.
I will do everything I can to keep Jinxie safe. Oh boy.
I should have died a long time ago. But I was lucky enough to be saved by you, allowing me the chance to see the glittering lights of Jinzhou for myself. You rewinded time to save me. I am responsible. Jinzhou is my home. If it's ever in danger, I will do everything in my power to protect what I hold dear, even at the cost of my own life.
Such a valiant speech. Do you know the weight of this decision?
I understand your concerns. I will reach my second awakening with our destined confrontation and restore the time flow. Are you willing to bet on me?
Restore the time flow. Pray, from where does this confidence arise? You are my resonator, but your strength is only a fraction of mine. There is little chance for you to retreat unscathed.
But I can at least win some hope for our people. Even if it costs me my soul, my everything. I cannot die without trying. I may only bear your power for a fleeting moment. It's all I need to secure a better future for Jinzhou, defying all of your predictions, and I can keep you safe. If there is anyone who can face you in a fight, that person has to be your resonator. I will be your final winning move in this game.
Are you truly ready to challenge a being worshipped by your kind? Will you not regret it when you meet your bitter demise?
I will not regret it, no matter what.
Very well, Magistrate of Jinzhou. Come to the summit. Demonstrate your prowess. Show me how you shall be my triumphant ace. Lord Arbiter, one is curious about your choice this time. Wherever the tides may take us, you will bear witness to our fight.
Government must be guided by virtue. Chi, do you keep this in mind?
Yes. Virtue must come first. Politics, commerce, it all must serve the people.
From now on, you shall be known as Jinshi, bearing Jinzhou's name as your own. What do you think of this world?
Like here. Darkness clings, but lights flicker in the gloom.
A guiding light's not easily lit.
That's why they stand out so brightly against the darkness.
This entrance leads to one's sonorosphere. Magistrate Jinshi, one shall await you there. Rover, this battle is related to the fate of Jinzhou, and only you can open this sonorosphere. The key to Jinzhou's future lies in your hands.
Are you talking about Abby?
If I open it, Jinshi is bound to face you in the ultimate battle. The ideal outcome would be for her to absorb your power at the critical moment and restore the time flow without any loss of life. But there's a chance that she could push herself too far and end up dying from overclocking. Though, if I do nothing, you'll use your remaining power to freeze all of Jinzhou in time.
Correct. Now, please let us know your choice.
Rover,
I will open the entrance once you're ready.
I have been preparing for this moment. Leaving Jinzhou behind fills me with regret. Knowing I may never again bask in its glorious sunshine, or witness the purity of its snowflakes. But that's why I'm here. To ensure that others can still experience the wonders of nature. Our city has a rich history, with generations witnessing endless sunrises and sunsets at the border. Our people have sacrificed their blood and tears to protect Huanglang's safety. They deserve a bright future. I want to protect Jinzhou in my own way. As Jinshi, as a citizen of Jinzhou, and as Jinzhou's magistrate. Let's begin.
Well, I am ready. Use the grapple to rapidly approach him. Oh. Okay.
Insolence. Onwards. So be it. Onwards. Strike fast. Evil be cleansed. Heaven ordains. Banish all vice. Insolence.
Oh shit.
Negligence on my part.
Wait, it restored all of its life points, but I didn't.
Onwards.
That's kind of unfair.
Worry not.
Okay, I am almost dead.
Take flight.
This is not a good news.
Insolence.
Ouchie. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make this fight happen.
Thunder guide us.
Next hit is going to kill me. Okay, this hit nothing, I think.
Onwards. Onwards. Sacred light.
Please tell me this hits. Okay, it does.
Oh,
And she does deal
stars,
quite a bit of
heed
damage.
my calling. The sky beckons. Onwards.
What's going on?
Quite the impressive feat, Magistrate Jinshi. However, you are still a long way from inheriting my power. Back down now, while you still can.
I've made up my mind, and I will not back down. He once said it's not easy to become a candle of light, but I still want to try. I want to see if I can ignite a spark of hope for Jinzhou. cute, isn't it?
Lord Arbiter.
Huh?
May this one transfer the temporal mandate to Jin Shi.
Yes, you may.
I've got just the one.
This one has heard your decision.
Oh shit.
What do you think of this one?
They deserve a bright future.
The transfer has been carried out as you instructed.
Thank you.
Jinshi, one shall honor one's promise and restore Jinzhou's future to you and its people. Jinshi has recovered. One will soon send her back to Jinzhou for recuperation. Please do not worry.
Thank you, Joy.
With all matters resolved, as per the agreement, it is time for one to address you. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have.
Oh, wow, okay. Let's ask first about Jinshi's condition.
Since Jinshi has inherited my power, the temporal programs are now complete. Jinzhou is no longer under threat. Jinshi has fully assumed the mantle of leadership. From this day forth, one shall only offer aid when it is truly needed.
Why didn't you tell Jinshi about it earlier?
This situation has been analyzed before, but the number of variables made reaching a safe conclusion impossible. To accomplish her goal, Jinshi must possess both strength and confidence. Revealing the truth to her earlier would only add to her troubles and not aid in improving her abilities. Today was not the ideal moment for our destined battle to unfold, but the Fraxidus has remarkably escalated its arrival.
It's?
One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have.
Oh, it's by meaning... She was meaning the battle. Or it was meaning the battle. Never mind. Ask about your past.
I am Jue the Sentinel, the guide of Jinzhou's civilization. Everything about Jinzhou has been stored in my mind. You are my arbiter, and my former master.
I am your former master. That is quite the revelation.
In bygone days, I stood by your side, as you established Jinzhou City. You tasked me with safeguarding its prosperity.
Who am I?
This one begs your pardon, for it is not all-knowing. All my knowledge came from you. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have.
Ask about the choice and the access.
In the past, one was granted the key to that Sonoro sphere by your hand. You said you planned to participate in history, to make choices and witness the development of civilizations. One had previously requested for permission to transfer the temporal mandate to Jinshi, as that is how one is designed to function. Every ounce of my existence, from life to death, and even the passing on of power, is subject to your approval. One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have.
Ask about the current situation in Hongzhen.
The flow of time on Mount Firmament has been restored to its natural pace. But the citizens of Hongzhen must still contend with shortened lifespans should they attempt to depart. Fortunately, with Jinshi's resonance ability, they can stay safe as long as they remain on the mountain.
So the situation didn't really change for them, or at the very least, well, they are safe now, I guess.
For lack of a better solution, this is the best we can do.
Well, at least we saved them from certain doom, so there is that to consider.
Through countless ages, the imposing Mount Firmament stood firm against the storms. But as spring brings thunder and change, one feels a spark of transformation in the air. The people of Hongzhen have a bright future ahead. One that can be steered in the right direction within mere days with proper leadership.
Well, thankfully we have Jinshi.
One is prepared to answer any inquiries you may have.
I have no other questions.
Your tacit mark. There is something unusual.
Abby, wake up. Someone's asking about you.
What? What's wrong?
Well, there is a dragon who wants to talk to you.
Rover, who's bullying you?
No one, don't worry, but thank you for your concern.
Huh? Is it you, big thing? Huh? How dare you? I'm gonna teach you a
Yeah.
Wait, pause. I don't think it has any bad intentions. It smells like the unnatural smell I smelled in Jinzhou before.
No? Well, about the sentinel I was looking for. Let me introduce you.
Oh, so you must be that sentinel. Hello there, big one.
Isn't that lovely? We had a little one as a pet, and now we know that we also had a big one as a pet.
Rover, why didn't you wake me up earlier? I got a feeling I missed out on a lot of fun.
Well, you needed to sleep.
It does feel similar to me, but there is some difference. This entity is unfamiliar to me. As it resides within your tacit mark, one can only assume you granted it access intentionally.
Then who else can answer my questions?
Lord Arbiter, have you heard of the Black Shores?
Ah yes, I have. I have heard of them. I know those people.
The Black Shores is the starting point of your journey in this world. If you have doubts, this one suggests a visit to that island.
I will keep it in mind, thank you.
Worry not. The Wuthering waves ebb and flow. They shall send you back to where you belong.
Well, as CinemaSins would say, roll credits. They said the thing, Wuthering Waves.
One suggests heading back to Hongzhen to reunite with your companions, Lord Arbiter.
Very
With
well.
Mount Firmament no longer posing a threat, surely Hongzhen will undergo significant changes.
Mount Firmament glowed with the sun's light, high above the clouds and snow. Then, suddenly, they vanished, revealing a distant blue sky. And amidst it all stood a white-haired maiden, like a goddess descended from the heavens. With a mere wave of her hand, she brought forth a new season, transforming the streets below. This maiden was none other than the dead infant, now reborn as the magistrate of Jinzhou. When thunder roars in spring's embrace, the sun shall shine upon this place. For only through death and strife can one truly embrace new life.
Oh.
I see. Doesn't matter. That's not important for our goal. We have the answers we wanted already.
Your name is Frilova? I don't think I've ever heard that name before.
With the second resonance awakening, we will tap into powers that rival the Sentinels. Complete control of the artificial resonator awakening process is within reach.
Oh, so you plan on attacking and controlling Jinshi.
And lastly, about that rover. This trip was worth it. We've collected many wonderful notes, haven't we? It's about time. Get moving. Can't let a certain someone wait too long behind bars.
I guess she's talking about Scar. And that is the end for this quest. Now I'm recording this little conclusion to wrap things up. I only have two things to note about this new act. Number one, it was pretty long. I know you guys on YouTube only have a 2 hours and 45 minutes video, but my stream actually lasted for close to 6 hours. Obviously, I didn't rush through the story and I did other things, but the fighting, the puzzle solving, and the exploration took quite a bit of time. That being said, my second point is that the story itself was good, really good even. It was perfectly self-contained within the act while being connected to the overarching plot. The writing was great, especially for Changli and Jinshi, which was to be expected as they are the main characters of this quest. I also really liked the lore bits about the court of Savante's experiments on Jue, and speaking of the dragon, its visuals were magnificent. And as an added bonus, Jue gave us some breadcrumbs regarding the rover. Of course, I wanted more, but I know I can't have all of my questions answered right away, so I'll have to patiently wait for the next installment. But that's exactly it. I am eagerly waiting for the next quest. As I said in my previous Wuthering Waves videos, the beginning was slow, but it ramped up, and now with this new act, I feel like the story truly found its pacing. I expect it to be even better in the future. What about you? What did you think of Act 7? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked this video, don't forget to press the like button ever so gently and subscribe for more. I am Happy Owl, and this has been my production.